everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to day 909 of trying a new makeup product every day. Today I'm going to be trying out this Ciate London Everyday Vacay Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. So this is a product that I got in my July 2020 BoxyCharm box, and I seriously get a Ciate London product at least every month in either Ipsy or BoxyCharm. And I've mentioned before that the Ciate London products can be hit or miss. I did try out the Everyday Vacay setting powder, the coconut powder, which was decent. The packaging on this is beautiful. It's a big setting spray. I think it's 2.53 fluid ounces. It has a retail value of $22. Well, I love dewy skin and a dewy finish to my makeup in the summertime, and honestly kind of year-round. So this is supposed to give that dewy finish. It has coconut extract and skin softening niacinamide. So let's see what this spray bottle is like. It seems a little bit spitty. Like there's lots of like globs of moisture on my skin. I do really like that coconut scent, but okay, let's see how it is on my face. Oh gosh, okay. So I just applied this before my makeup, and it smells a lot like coconut sunscreen. So it's a very strong, prevalent coconut scent. And the mister on this spray bottle is strong, so it really wets my face. It said it had a light mist, but yeah, it says ultra fine mist. That is completely inaccurate. It's the opposite of ultra fine mist. It squirts out very hard on the skin, so you feel like your skin is soaking wet when you apply this. But in my experience, I have found some really great sprays, facial mists, setting sprays that come in a bad spray bottle, but then I just transfer them to a bottle that I like, and then they're perfectly fine. So maybe that's what I'd have to do with this, but first we're gonna see if I even like this setting spray, or I guess facial mist, because I'm using it as my primer as well. But right away I can see that it does look dewy on the skin. Like, doesn't my skin have that dewy sheen? So that's great. And it's actually pretty sticky, which is good for the primer aspect of this. Not sure how much I'm gonna like a very sticky setting spray, but so I am gonna go ahead and apply my foundation. So I'm treating this like a primer review as well. So going in with my e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation, and this is the foundation that I always use with primers, but it really does seem to be hydrating on the skin. And my skin definitely feels nice and prepped for makeup. Yeah, I can tell that my foundation is sticking really well on top of this spray, because this foundation really can slip and slide on the skin if there's no tackiness. And when that happens, I can't really get good coverage from this foundation. But with a tacky primer, like I have on right now, I can build up for much better coverage with this foundation. And I'm definitely already getting a lot more coverage than I get with other primers when I use this foundation. And this foundation is great for trying out primers because it will also really let me see how the skin is underneath the foundation, because it really will give away any texture. But wow, I am so surprised and impressed with the coverage I can get from this being such a sticky spray, which actually is kind of good for applying foundation, because I used 2 pumps of this foundation, and normally I end up using 2 pumps for just 1/2 of my face. But in this case, 2 pumps was the perfect amount to do my entire face to get medium to almost full coverage. So I'm seriously loving this as a primer. Wow, it just makes the makeup stick on so well, and it looks very smooth and hydrated, but I think I've kind of lost that dewy glow. This foundation does actually look like a matte finish, but that's kind of perfect for seeing how this is as a setting spray. So now I already know that I really like this as a primer. That's such a pleasant surprise. But now we'll really be able to tell if it adds dewiness to the makeup, because this makeup look could definitely use some dewy texture added, because it's really looking matte on my skin right now. I think you have to hold it very far away for it to be a somewhat fine mist. Just fan this dry. It actually does dry pretty quickly. It did add a little bit more glow to my skin. My skin doesn't look as matte anymore. It almost has more of a natural finish, not quite dewy, but more kind of glow hydration than it had before when it looked very matte. So it's definitely not overly dewy at all, but it does add some moisture into the skin and into the makeup, but it didn't alter my makeup at all. It didn't change the coverage. It didn't add any texture. If anything, it actually smoothed out the texture even more. So I like this. I really am impressed with how this performs. I am left with a very sticky feel on my skin. So that's just something I'm gonna have to keep in mind, but it doesn't really bother me. But this makeup is definitely locked in, because doing this as a primer and then really sticking that makeup onto my face and then applying this on top of it, I know that my makeup is not gonna budge. But just to double check, I will do a wear test with my makeup today, and I'll let you know in the description down below how it lasted with this setting spray as my primer and setting spray. But all in all, I think I love this. Yes, I love this because it's great for both purposes. Not all setting sprays are such amazing primers, but this is actually one of my favorite primers I have ever tried out. And then the fact that it's also a nice setting spray with a nice scent that keeps the makeup looking hydrated and in place. It's perfect. So this is definitely one of my favorite Ciate London products I have tried out. If you have tried this, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. And if you have not tried this out as a primer, I highly recommend doing that. Well, thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.